Title: The Peasant Who Became Emperor, The Rise of Zhu Yuanzhang. In the dusty farmlands of 14th-century China, a boy was born into nothing. His name was Zhu Yuanzhang. Born in 1328 to a poor tenant farming family in Anhui Province, Zhu's childhood was shaped by hunger, storms, and silence. The Yuan Dynasty, led by Mongol rulers, sat on the throne of China, but the empire was rotting from within. Famine stalked the fields, bandits roamed free, and corrupt officials bled the people dry. When Zhu was still a child, his family was struck by tragedy. Drought came, crops failed, disease followed, his parents, too poor to escape, died before his eyes. Zhu was left orphaned, along with his brothers. He did what thousands of starving children did, he begged. Barefoot and ragged, Zhu wandered from village to village, sleeping in ruined temples and eating scraps from roadside altars. Eventually, he found shelter in a Buddhist monastery, not out of devotion, but because monks offered bowls of rice to the hungry. There, he learned to read and write a little, the beginning of something that would change everything. But peace was fleeting, even monasteries fell to chaos. Bandits attacked, and famine returned. Zhu left and joined something else, a rising storm sweeping through the countryside, the Red Turban Rebellion. They were more than rebels. They were a movement, driven by religion, fueled by rage against Mongol rule. They believed the mandate of heaven had passed from the Yuan. Zhu Yuanzhang was just one among thousands when he joined, but he would not stay that way for long. Zhu proved himself quickly. He was smart, disciplined, and fearless. His battlefield tactics saved lives. His honesty earned trust. In a time when warlords betrayed each other like breathing, Zhu stood out as something rare, a leader who could be followed. By 1356, he had taken the key city of Nanjing, and made it his base. He listened to scholars. He recruited farmers. He organized an army that wasn't just a mob of rebels, it was a force. While others in the rebellion fell into greed and power struggles, Zhu remained focused on one goal: liberate China. And then, he marched north. In 1368, Zhu's forces stormed Dadu, today's Beijing. The Mongol emperor fled back to the steppes. The Yuan dynasty was finished. China was free. Zhu Yuanzhang stood in the Forbidden City, not as a general, not as a rebel, but as Emperor Hongwu, the founder of the Ming dynasty. The peasant had become the ruler of the Middle Kingdom. But Zhu did not forget where he came from. As emperor, he began to rebuild China, brick by brick, field by field. He restored farmland, distributed land to soldiers and peasants, and slashed corrupt taxes. He revived the ancient Confucian civil service exams, making it possible for poor but talented men to rise, just as he had. He expelled foreign influences. Chinese culture was reborn under his rule, in art, in architecture, in literature. He strengthened the army. He rebuilt the Great Wall. He outlawed slavery, but power changed him. The same man who once fought corruption became obsessed with loyalty. He grew suspicious of ministers, of scholars, of his own family. He created a vast network of spies. He issued brutal purges. Tens of thousands were executed for disloyalty, or just for being clever. Some said the emperor feared losing the throne the same way he had taken it, from the bottom. And yet, despite the blood, the Ming dynasty flourished. For nearly 300 years, the dynasty he founded ruled over a powerful, rich, and proud China. The son of a peasant farmer, who once had no shoes, no food, no name, became one of the most powerful men in the world. He died in 1398. But his story never did. Because Zhu Yuanzhang wasn't just an emperor. He was a symbol that from the darkest soil, greatness can rise. That even in the ashes of empire, one man can rewrite history. That even a beggar boy can build a dynasty.